Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast. Me, Matt. I have an interview for you all here on Düsseldorf, a very heavily urban map. Let's go through the players. Represent the Axis, we have Bugs Bunny as the Waffen-SS, and Unterkommander also as the Waffen-SS, and they've already gone for Sturm tactics. We're gonna see the zealous troops of the Third Reich trying to hold up against the might of the Soviet Union, being represented by Professor, who is constrained for Shock Division, and Hexan, who's also as the Soviet Union, obviously, without a commander choice yet. Looks like we have command choice from both Germans. It is Sturm, and it is Propaganda. We're going to see the Volkssturm and the Totenkopf alongside the Das Reich coming in to try and stop the Soviets from pushing into the city. From all we know, this could actually be Berlin, or there's some other city in eastern Germany that the Soviets are pushing very hard into. Lots of Soviets going to be coming onto the field, I wager. Hexan is going to probably need to pick a commander shortly, but you see Professor's going for lots of conscripts. Generally a pretty decent strategy, as it allows you to get a lot of territory quickly. Looks like the Sabbats are quickly diverting back, probably to build a special rifle command. They get some better troops out afterwards. But the conscripts will definitely allow them to get a lot of field presence. Looks like we have Unterkommander going for double Sturm Pioneer. An interesting choice, but he is playing a Sturm, which does give them access to the Sturmgewehrs, which can be a pretty big deal. Sturm Grenadiers coming up behind it. And we have double Volkssturm. Come out for Bugs Bunny. Pretty basic stuff. You're playing as Propaganda. Cheaper infantry you can use to capture territory and hold the line. You also have a normal unit of Sturm Grenadiers out. Combatant infantry for the Waffen-SS. And set up to most other basic infantry of the other factions. They're just better skilled and more costly and everything. The Soviets taking up hold in this little train area. Still only 3 conscripts. First few shots fired, but shots have also been fired in the other part of the city. Monteviki might have a problem here because these Sturm Pioneers in a good position, but they could get overwhelmed. Oh, very good shots there on the Monteviki. That's going to force the Monteviki to run. Need to see what the Soviets do. More Monteviki just coming out for the Soviets. Conscripts going to try and overrun this position down here, but the Volkssturm will be able to cover the flanks. Ooh, out in the open there. Okay, those conscripts might be in trouble. Those Volkssturm might be able to actually win that engagement. Yep, and they do. Soviets are taking heavy losses very early here. MP40 is equipped on the Sturm Pioneers. Because it kind of works for the kind of environment they're fighting in. Looks like this Waffen-SS is taking a lot of territory rapidly. And killing a lot of the Soviet troops. Now the Soviets have the advantage of they just have a higher manpower income as a base, I believe, so they can technically recover rapidly. Need to see what happens. Currently the Germans are just taking it slow up here, taking some more territory. Meanwhile the Germans have secured the railroad area. Volkssturm coming up and digging in defenses. As the Sturm Grenadiers scout ahead. Monteviki is having a losing fight with these MP40 armed Sturm Pioneers. And a third Sturm Pioneer coming up behind us. We have Shock Monteviki coming out now. Unique troop available if you're playing a Shock Division. Generally very competent infantry that can fight very well in urban environments. Let's see how this goes. The Soviets are definitely not doing too well in the northern flank there. Germans have secured a lot of territory rapidly. Grenade going up from the Sabbats. Crumble a bit of the building. Didn't do much else. Maxim also available here for the Soviet Union. Soviet heavy machine gun. You have a commander chest now for the other Soviet player. Looks like it's Motor Strelki. Okay. Motor is pretty decent. That has been flanked in the street. That's not good for them. But the shock troopers are coming up soon. But I don't think the Sabbats will be able to get out in time. But here comes the shock troopers. If he can get around the corner, he could probably kill those. Oh, he's just running. He knows what was going to happen. That Sabba is probably going to need to get out of there, though. Now, one disadvantage of playing a shock division, though, is that your troops are very costly. Volkssturm being suppressed by the Maxim. Good choice there. Maxim is a very mobile machine gun compared to other factions. Second shock trooper coming out, by looks of it. We're gonna go for a bunch of shock Monteviki. Generally decent choice in urban environments, so I don't blame them. And well, the northern flank is still taking heavy losses. Germans are slowly pushing up with their MP40s. And Maximus now suppressing the MG08. German machine gun from the First World War, utilized by the Volkssturm in the Second World War. But I don't think it's going to be able to do much while it's suppressed. Once we get going for this central area. Now they arm with SVT, so that's a lot of semi-automatic fire. So the Storm Grenadiers have to get out of there. Also have an MG inside the church here. That looks like an MG44. And those shock troopers need to get out of there. You don't want to stay when you're suppressed. But I don't think they might. I don't think they'll be able to get out. That MG is in a really good position. No, but it's not actually shooting at them. More shock troopers coming up to take care of this MG08. PPS Aegis have been armed on the Soviet troops on the northern flank to try and flush out the Germans. It is a good idea to arm them with automatic weapons in this kind of environment, so I think that MG08 is about to go down. It held for a while though. Oh, it actually managed to get out of there. How lucky.
Combat engineers are standing by. We can now establish forward headquarters.
Opening going in. Oh, and it looks like the Soviets are just running back. They lost their nerve there. They could probably just have rushed up to the sandbags to unload down those Germans. But the Soviets have Asakin territory now. And shock troopers are being armed with double DPM. Pretty powerful combination here. That'll make them very lethal at the long-range combat, actually. Because that's a lot of automatic fire. A lot of automatic firepower, rather. But the Storm Pioneers are going for a flank here.
The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
And they got suppressed, and now they have to just get out of there. These Soviet shock troopers are doing a good job. As you would expect of them, they are costly though. 330 for essentially a basic infantry squad. Although we're not calling them basic, these guys are really damn good. This 3 coming up, and we also have a tank command coming up for the other Soviet player. The Germans are tightening the noose around the Soviet beachhead here. Other shock troopers are coming out now. Oh, and we have the SS Cavalry Division called in. Okay. Not a battle group we see often. I do like to see battle groups being utilized. Looks like the church will have to turn it into a Fort HQ. That's where they were called from. Storm Pioneers falling back there. I think those Storm... Oh, they're throwing a grenade. See? Shock troopers are still securing territory down here. Storm Grenade going out from the Storm Grenadiers. That's gonna hurt on the shock troopers. Oh, they're killing all but 2. And the Waffen SS is getting more and more automatic weapons up here. And the SS Cavalry is coming up. It's not a unit we see often being used. Now will this lone guy be able to stop them? He suppressed them thanks to his... oh, he's using his PPSH. And he's using fire superiority. But he got mowed down. Brave guy though. Order coming out for the Soviets, I mean. And more shock troops coming out for the Soviet Union. Storm Pioneers are gonna try and get closer here, I think. They're trying to be a distraction and get on an angle. But there are shock troopers nearby. Oh, MG08 suppresses them though. And that's all the Germans needed. Yeah, great assault going out. Soviets cannot hold that position. Artillery going out from the Mthis. But the SS are really tightening the noose here. I don't think Hexan did that much of a good job up there, but it's very hard sometimes to know what's gonna happen. Third SS veterans called in from this train station, or infiltrated rather. Oh, and the SS cavalry troops have been armed with a flamethrower. It is an exceptionally dangerous little half-track.
Under attack! Officer, ready to be deployed.
There is a Soviet half-track though, and this one has a 50 cal, which will pierce the front of this thing. But he needs to not get too close to the flamethrower. Yeah, the flamethrower just hurt it. Not looking good there. Yeah, it looks like the Germans are doing a very good job here. The shock troops in trouble. Shock troops have taken very heavy loss here, and the 3rd SS veterans will be lethal at most ranges. Dumpani is rushing up here to try and take care of these shock troopers. Well, one guy is anyway. Great assault going over. That's not good for those shock troopers. And they're down. DPM. Yeah, they're picking up the DP. You know, this half-track just keeps pushing up on the Soviet base. It's not looking good here for the Soviets. Looks like that the Germans are getting a pretty big game here. Full-on shock troopers coming out here. These are assault shock troopers. Pretty dangerous. And while the Soviet base is just threatened entirely at this point. But I do like seeing the battle groups used. Not often I get to see it. Warner's not gonna do much of this hit. Oh, Sys-free cleared out. They don't have the ammunitions to arm these guys with PPSHs. Indeed, the Soviets are in big trouble here. You need a lot of munitions if you're playing a shock division. The shock troopers are still gonna scare off the Germans for a little while, I think. Because these are armed, they are all armed with SVTs. They need to set up a good defensive position here if you can. Oh yeah, Volksturm are definitely gonna get shot out in the street there. They are trying to throw grenades though. The Soviets need to somehow counter this half-track. It's not gonna be easy to do, I think. At least what they have currently. And default to suppressing some of the shock troopers. That's gonna allow the Volksturm to get up close. Soviets are getting a T-34 though, but I'm not sure that's gonna help much. Break going out these shock troopers. A shock trooper nearby. Tapas got mowed down though. Yeah, this is not a good thing for the Soviet side though. Hard to tell if the T-34 will be able to turn it around, that's the question. But here it is. Germans have been equipped with Panzerfaust though, so I don't think it'll help. They're going out from the Volksturm. Didn't help them against those shock troopers though. Looks like the SS Cavalry Grenadiers moved out of the half-track. They have been equipped with their Flammenwerfer. They can actually booby-trap territories, those guys. That's a very fascinating squad. They're meant for like dealing with guerrillas. That's kind of what they were intended for, I believe.
Unit ready.
Oh yeah, the Sturm Grenadiers are taking losses there. Yeah, that's a dead Sturm Grenadier. Shock troopers are still very potent. That's gonna be a Panzerfaust, I think. Once the smoke clears. But T-34 is moving back. Throwing a grenade on the emplacement. And the Germans are lacking anything that can hit them from long range. Artillery has been called in though from this Understormführer. Doom Grenadier did go down there thanks to the T-34. And Sturmpany is moving out here, but our shock troop is waiting. Was thinking, oh, he's clearing the cover. Very, very smart actually. More conscripts coming out for the Soviet Union. This T-34 needs to be utilized immediately. Now, I don't think these guys have any AT weapons on them. They can only use a smoke grenade to try and obscure it. They do have the flamethrower though, if they can get close enough. Or throwing a flame grenade. I don't think the Soviets are going to make a comeback at this point. They've lost a lot of stuff.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
Panzer IV coming out for the propaganda tactics. We also have a shock officer present now. Grenades going out. Good throw. That's the advantage of the German grenades. They can be thrown pretty far. And one shock trooper went down there to the shots. And the T-34 is still fighting here. Stormtroopers are rushing up though, and they might throw an anti-tank bomb on it. But not while it's moving. Meanwhile, the shock troopers have lost their flank completely at the moment. And looks like he does get out of there. Looks like it. Storm Pioneers don't have anything to do with the tank either. Half track almost down. Yeah, they don't have anything that can beat the T-34 at the moment. Smoking it. But the Soviets have been pushed entirely back to their base at this point. Second T-34 coming up. The other Soviet player. Panzer IV-J is slowly driving up through the ruins. You just stick to the road, man. Panzerfaust going out on the Sis. You can actually use your Panzerfaust on Sis, but it looks like it failed due to all the extra troops nearby. Panzer IV-J revealing itself. No penetration. One penetration there from the T-34. Oh, loader injured. That's bad for the Soviets, but they did take out the Panzer IV. Oh, and Panzerfaust from the Volkssturm, finishing the T-34. Soviet Union is not going to be able to push out, I think. Well, these shock troops are going to be in trouble potentially. Yeah, getting through this tight corner. Oh, will they win that engagement? No, they are both reloading. It looks like they will win that engagement. There's only one guy left. Throwing a satchel, okay. He's gonna die himself. Yeah, he killed himself with it. Yeah, that's not that good for the Soviet Union today. Doom Grenadiers is trying to push up here with another Panzerfaust, but being suppressed. The other Panzer IV-H is about to arrive though. Explosive going on these shock troopers, but they're dodging. Moving behind side blockers. Oh, artillery going in on the Soviet base. I'm not sure the turrets can do much in this one. With high explosive, they're almost destroying the building. Shock troop is dead.
Squad of infantry has been killed.
Panzer 48 mowing down the conscripts out in the street.
Shock troops have arrived. Da, da.
And yeah, it looks like the turrets surrender. A short 2v2. Not too special, but I hope you at least enjoyed it. I'll see you all in the next one, everyone. Bye bye.